A woman was surfing alone on the shore. Suddenly, a dead whale appeared in front of her. The stinky blood stained the nearby sea red. He was choked and coughed continuously. Suddenly, an annoying seagull knocked Annie over. Danger came instantly, but Annie didn't notice it, looking at the damned bird above her head. He just wanted to leave now, this extremely stinky place. So Annie got on the surfboard. A huge wave came behind. Riding on the huge wave, Annie enjoyed the joy that the sea brought to her. Little did she know that the seemingly calm sea was full of dangers. A hungry shark had already set its sights on her. Annie was instantly knocked over. The connecting line on her foot broke. He kept rolling in the water. After reacting, Annie quickly surfaced, taking deep breaths of fresh air. At this time, he didn't know at all what hit him. Just worked hard to slide to the side of the surfboard. Just wanted to get on and catch her breath. Suddenly, the unknown creature dragged him underwater again. The blood instantly stained the nearby sea red at the critical moment. People will always burst out with amazing willpower. He desperately surfaced. The surfboard had already disappeared. The land was also far away from herself. At the critical moment, he saw the dead whale carcass. Annie didn't dare to waste time. Dragging her injured leg, she desperately swam over. The seawater was full of a large amount of salt. The wound kept sending out the heart-rending pain. But the shark was chasing closely behind. At this critical moment, Annie grabbed the whale carcass and jumped. This was the only way to narrowly escape. The wound on the leg was bleeding continuously. Annie had to do something. She saw her take off the elastic band on her foot, endured the great pain, and tied it to the upper end of the wound, trying to prevent more blood from flowing out. After doing all this, Annie collapsed helplessly on the whale carcass. He couldn't understand. How could such an outrageous thing happen? But the shark was still chasing closely underwater, seemed to have already decided on Annie. Suddenly, the shark suddenly accelerated, scared Annie to jump into the seawater in time. At this time, his mind was blank. Only knew that if he wanted to survive, he must swim desperately, and under such violent movements, the blood oozing from the wound was constantly taking away the heat in Annie's body. Fortunately, a reef appeared in front. Instinct prompted him to climb up desperately. I don't know how long it took. The salty seawater hit the wound. Annie woke up suddenly from the dream, looking at the thigh that was bleeding furiously. He took off his gold necklace, put it in the seawater for disinfection, and then sewed up the wounds one by one. Annie took off her wetsuit, tied it firmly at the wound. In this way, he lay quietly on the reef, hoping that someone would find him. And the shark has been hovering nearby. If he still couldn't be rescued by the evening, then when the seawater rises, he would definitely die without a doubt.